All right, on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our Tensorflow course, and we're still going over our building visual transformers from scratch module. Let's have a look at what we went over today. Now, yesterday, if you recall, we implemented some new code. Well, not basically, we didn't implement any new code. We just modified an existing code that we had. Our patching coder here, we modified it to pick up some new aspects that we added to our code regarding the patches and the modifications we made to our patches and converting those patches from what do we call those there? We converted them from integers into vectors. So this is how we actually helped modify that so we can pick up that change to our code and actually print it out. As you can see, everything went smoothly. We were able to compile all the way through, meaning no errors. And I can walk you through all of the changes that we made to our modification of our patch encoder. You can see the first one we have here was a self.positional embedding, which we tied to our embedding method. So you can see here, I commented this one out because this is one we isn't using. It's the original. We modified it to this one right here, self-positional embedding. And the embedding method is going to take two parameters, which is going to be our number of patches and our hidden size. The next change we made here was going to be to our, where is that change at right here? Our output equals self.liner projection patches. We actually added, so originally it was just the patches that stopped at, but now we have a plus self.positional embedding, and we added our embedded method. This embedded method isn't going to take the number of patches and hidden size. It's actually going to take the embedding input. As you can see, we have that here. This is going to take the embedded input here. So basically, we're putting this TF dot range. So I told you yesterday we're going to start from 0, and we're going to go all the way to the limit. Our limit is going to be whatever number of patches we have, and we're going to count by 1. So basically, we're storing all of that in a variable called embedded input. We're passing that variable into our embedding method here. You can see embedding input. So our self-positional embedding is going to run our embedding input, which is this here. So it's going to count from 0 to our number of known patches we have by 1. So basically, that's what that is entailing there. And there was another change we made here also, yeah, the self number of patches. So we didn't have a number of patches to initialize just yet. So we had to create one. So you can see here we have number of patches. We're going to store that in a variable called self number of patches. And that's actually what we pass here to our limit. So our limit is going to be tied to the number of patches we have. And basically that's what we did here. And the last thing we did was the return. So we're not going to return X anymore. Since our output is tied to an output, or everything we're doing is tied to an output, you can see here our self.linear projection patches plus the self-positional embedding, which the embedded input gets stored into a variable called output. And that output is what we're going to return now instead of return X. So instead of returning X, now we're returning our output. Now, basically, that's everything that we did. All the modifications we made to our patch encoder. And as you can see, everything did compile completely through. So we are ready to move forward. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to move forward. We're going to finish taking notes, and we're going to finish writing this code out so we can finish up this module and move forward. Like I said, I've been inside of this course for quite a while. So I'm going to dedicate a little more extra time to it on top of what I'm already dedicating to it so we can try to get through it. Like I said, I do have some pretty interesting projects lined up. I can't wait to dive into it. But I'll explain more about what's going on with that tonight. But yeah, of course, I will keep you posted every step of the way. And for now, this is the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.